everybody. Welcome to podcast number 4 with Virginia McArthur, producer for The Sims 2 on Nintendo DS, GBA, and PSP.
Well, hello, Dano. This is indeed
What's
Virginia
up,
McArthur. Hello.
We've asked the Sims 2 community to provide us with a few questions for today's podcast. And our first question is from BBT931. Will the Sims on the new Sims 2 game for GBA be able to get married and or do romantic interactions?
Of course, they will be able to have romantic relationships, but not necessarily the romantic interactions that you're familiar with from The Sims 2 PC. The Sims 2 PC is rated T, and The Sims 2 on the GBA is rated E for everyone. So you'll be able to have a little romance and romantic conversations, but they just won't be as interactive as they are on the PC.
All right, I guess that answers that for all you curious people out there. This is the next question is about PSP. This one's for you, Verge. From SimGuy836, is there any difference between the PSP version and the DS version?
Why, yes, there is, Dano.
I would suspect there was.
There's a ton. But first, let me talk about how they're similar. So, similar to Scott, our games also have direct control. Both games are in 3D, and they're adaptations of The Sims 2 PC with aspirations, wants, goals, and urgencies and fears. Now, what's different in The Sims 2 for the PSP is we focus on Strange Town. You may be familiar with Strange Town from The Sims 2 PSP. But you didn't really find out a ton about Strange Town while you were playing The Sims 2 PC. You probably projected your own stories into that gameplay. Well, on the PSP, we actually give you a back-end story of what was really going on in Strange Town. There's over 100 different secrets that you can unlock as you play the game. But it's not just goal-oriented where you're trying to get these secrets. Now, these secrets also lead to open-ended gameplay, where you can decorate your house, change your walls and floors, and buy tons of unique objects. Now, on the NDS, we focus even more on the open-ended gameplay. It's really a world, Strange Town. Again, we do introduce Strange Town. Your car breaks down in Strange Town. You're stranded. You have this hotel with all of 2 rooms, but then you have to build that up completely yourself. Completely open-ended. You've got a couple little goals to drive you to buy objects and buy rooms and buy locations. But that's all driven by you. You've got a painting system where you can actually paint paintings and canvases and trade them with friends, and a whole new music creation system where you can make your own background music and then pump that into the hotel rooms and also trade those with your friends. So the DS is more completely using the touchscreen to create your own world, where the PSP is driving your sim to discover what's going on in that world.
Wow. Paintings, huh?
Yeah, your own painting, Dan.
That's pretty awesome.
You too can be an artist.
Can I play with that later on?
Sure.
All right, okay. This next question is for Verge here about the DS. From Oxel. How do you control your Sims on the Nintendo DS? Do you have to point to a place on the touchscreen and go there, or do you control the Sims with the D-pad?
Well, Dano, on the DS, it's all about direct control, like we mentioned earlier. But that direct control is both with the D-pad and the touchscreen. So you're using your D-pad to move your sim from place to place, but when you want to interact with something, you just touch the screen to interact with it. So it's a really kind of back and forth between the two. We really wanted to keep it immersive, but also keep it fast-paced so your sim could run quickly with the D-pad. You use the touch screen, like we mentioned earlier on the paintings, and also when using the mixer to create music, and also to interact with different NPCs in the world. When you're doing the social game, you're quickly hitting and reacting with the touch screen, basically how you want them to respond when they're doing social interactions. So again, it's basically using both.
Awesome. All right, next question is for the PSP. Verge, you ready for another one?
Throw it at me there, Dano.
All right, let me look through my big stack of paper here. All right. Okay, this one is from Presboy1, and I'm going to assume he asks, will build mode and buy mode be included in The Sims 2 for PSP?
Dano, that's a question we get a lot on handheld platforms. So this year, for handheld on the PSP, we're able to focus on buy mode and design mode. We still don't yet have a full build mode on the handheld, but what's great, because we're in 3D, you'll be able to change your wall colors and your floor colors and place objects wherever you want in the world. You'll also unlock rooms, so have new locations to decorate as you kind of progress throughout the gameplay. Now, we do have a full Create-A-Sim that you're familiar with from the Sims 2 PC, so we're really focusing on character customization for the Sims 2 on PSP. We also have a Customize Your Neighbors. So you're not stuck with what we thought might be cool for somebody for you to date. You can actually go in and design the person that you want to date in the world. Not only that, you can also trade my NPC or my Sim into your Sims game. So we really wanted to kind of focus on how do we play up customization that everybody is familiar with Sims 2 PC, so we tried to focus on the actual Sims themselves.
Okay, Verge. DCastillo52 asks, how exactly does the GBA version of The Sims 2 work? I think that's a typo there. I know that it has something to do with being on TV, but will it just be your Sims working on the show, or will it work with like other Sims 2 games on GBA? Like, will there be a town or something where they live?
Well, what's interesting is Daddy Big Bucks is at it again. So anyone that's played The Sims 2 or The Sims previously on GBA version, they have met Daddy Big Bucks. Well, they've tried to thwart Daddy Big Bucks in previous versions of the game. Well, this year Daddy Big Bucks is trying to dive into that whole reality TV show trend, and he's trying to start his own TV show. Well, he's taken over the town of Strangetown, and he's put hidden cameras everywhere. But the problem is, no one cooperates. Nobody does what he wants them to do. He thinks all these residents are, yeah, they're interesting, but I just can't control them. I need somebody. So what he needs is he needs you. He needs your Sim to come into the game and go and interact with these people in a way that he thinks will get good TV ratings. So you've got 12 different episodes that you're going to unlock as you play the game, and he gives you little cue points on how to play the game and how to get through each episode. Now, at the end of each episode, you better be careful how you play, because remember the Goss? Well, the Goss are watching every episode and giving you your ratings points. And you use those rating points, well, you buy new things that you need in the game. So that's kind of essentially what's going on in The Sims 2 GBA. It's a reality TV show that you've been dumped into, and, well, at the end, whether or not you want to stick it out with Daddy Big Bucks or not, now it's really all up to you.
Buying things is good. I like buying stuff for my Sims.
Yeah, you can still buy stuff. You got to buy stuff for your house. You got to make it look like you're a resident. You got to look like you live there. Remember, it's all a reality TV show.
I love shopping, too.
It's all about shopping for you, isn't it?
It is.
Dan, is that a new shirt? Did you get that recently?
No, I've not been able to shop recently, and I'm kind of depressed about that.
You need to get out more.
I do.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Verge. Missy Yeller 17 says, "Hi, smiley face. I was wondering about The Sims 2 on Nintendo DS. What are the main goals and purposes for this game? I've also heard that you can draw your own paintings that Sims can hang up on their walls. Is this true?"
It is true. I mentioned that earlier when we were talking, Dano. And let me tell you a little bit about the main goals. Now, the Nintendo DS is extremely open-ended. And what I really wanted to focus on in this question are, what are the main goals? Are there goals? Well, it is the most open-ended game experience that we've got on the handheld this year, especially because you can customize. And yes, you can paint, Misty. It's awesome. It's actually even better than last year's painting. And those paintings can be put up in the wall. They can go into the gallery, and you can trade them. And you can also make your own music, so I encourage you to try that out as well. But what are the goals? So your car breaks down in the middle of this desert, and you're kind of stranded. Well, somehow they give you the key to the hotel, and they say you run it. Well, you do need a place to stay, so they ask you to clean it up. You do a little cleaning, and then all of a sudden you find yourself unlocking rooms. You got over 20 different locations that you're going to unlock to populate out this hotel. Well, once you've got an empty room, you got to put a bed in there. You got to go purchase items. You got to get a toilet and a shower, and then you just find yourself being so wrapped up into this. But what happens is these 3 VIPs move in. These guys move in and they take over, and your goals are to get rid of them and get out of the hotel. But you want to keep them around for a little while because that's how you make money. So build out the hotel, put beautiful paintings on the walls, make great music, and make a little cash from the patrons in the hotel.
I like making cash. And last but not least, Verge, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I'd really just kind of like to sum up, what is it about all these different handhelds that makes them each unique? And I'm going to, kind of throw in the mobile as well, because that's also something that you're taking with you on the go. You know, you're playing that Sims 2 on the PSP, and it's just a wow factor on how the graphics look. That platform is just beautiful, and seeing the Sims 2 assets just come alive on the PSP has just been an amazing experience. So when you guys pick that up, you're really going to be blown away. On the Nintendo DS, it's just really fun to use that touchscreen, and at first we were like, God, this is going to be such a challenge, but we've had so much fun with it, and I think you will too. It really lends itself to what the Sims 2 experience is all about, which is creativity and open-endedness. For the GBA, what's great is it's totally pick up and go, 12 episodes, which makes for a great episodic gameplay experience where really you define how you want to play that game. And last but not least, that mobile experience, it really is a connected experience back to Sims 2. It is not just about picking up the phone. The phone comes to life with Sims 2 on the phone. You get to download your sim. We've also got a web feature, which you'll be able to track stats. You'll get high-res images that you don't get to see on your phone back on the web. So it really is a true connected experience, which you're all familiar with from the Sims 2 PC. So please take a chance to check out all the handhelds and also Scott's games on the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube, because every one is its own unique Sims 2 experience.
All right, Virginia, that's it. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. We'll talk to you at the next podcast.
You need to get out more.
I do.
Okay.
All right.